Well, good evening, everybody. Good evening, and welcome to the call for tonight. And we are going to get into some good things here tonight. I'm gonna take some of your questions, and then I prepared a few things that I think will be helpful to you in your internet marketing business. And for those of you who are here and you come on a regular basis, welcome. For those of you who are new to the call, welcome to you also. And this is my opportunity to basically kind of train on the subject of PLR. Also, for those of you who are part of the Genius marketing community, I always use and talk about better ways that you can effectively use the Genius software suite. And so that you can use it along with PLR. You can use it along with anything that you're trying to do in business. So if you can hear me, please put the number 1 in the question box. Then I'll know that I'm coming through loud and clear. And then we will then go ahead and get started. So welcome to you all. And as you're coming in, if you have questions, what I want you to do is to type them right there in the box. And you're not limited in this call to questions about PLR. Certainly, I welcome those questions more than anything else. I also welcome your questions about the Genius software suite. But if you want to ask any other questions, right, about anything else that you're having a struggle with getting started in your internet marketing business, just put that right in the question box and I'll be happy to answer your questions. Now, one thing that I did want to ask you, those of you who are here, those of you who are interested in collaborating and interested in getting together and finding partnerships with other marketers, other people who are part of our community, whether it's Gain Mindshare or Genius Marketing, what I'd like for you to do is, here's what I want to try to find out. And you can do this at any point in time during the call. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back through the chat log, and I just want to kind of take an informal poll, an informal survey. And I'd like to know this. I'd like to know, would you like to be on a platform other than Facebook? If you would like to be on a platform other than Facebook, then I'd like you to just write in right now to the question box, just write in the word other. If you like to collaborate with other marketers and you like that to take place in a private Facebook group, please put the number, please put the word Facebook in the question box. And so that is where we would do that. So if you're interested in kind of getting together with other marketers, then I'd like you to write, and you want to do that outside of Facebook, right? You want to have a forum outside of Facebook, write the word other. If you'd rather do it on Facebook, please put the word Facebook in the box, and that's just going to be kind of an informal poll, and then we are going to put together a platform for there to be some opportunities for you to collaborate with other marketers. Okay, let me kind of read through any questions that we might have here. Okay, so it looks like you're on. Yeah. Okay, so Sylvia asks, do I have to have the whole suite to start making money? And absolutely not. You can use any aspect of the Genius Marketing Suite in order to start generating an income. Now, I'm just going to kind of talk in general about some things that you can do right away. Let's say that you have Webinar Fusion Pro. Now, one of the things that you can do is you can actually take a video, a YouTube video that somebody else has created that promotes a product, and then you can put an offer button inside of Webinar Fusion Pro at a certain point in that webinar so that the offer comes up and then the video promotes that offer. I mean, you really can do that. If you use the automated webinar feature and you send someone to an anytime link. Now, again, this is a little technical. We did do this on a Webinar Fusion Pro call where I talked about this, but I'm thinking I might do some general training videos that are like fast action videos. This is one fast action that you could take with Webinar Fusion Pro. Grab a video, get an offer, an affiliate offer, and then promote that offer with a video inside of the automated webinar. Create an anytime link and then send people to that anytime link where the people in the video are promoting the product that you are marketing, whether it's an affiliate product or a non-affiliate product. Okay. All right. So let's talk about GTP. Let's talk about Genius Trainer Pro. Now, one of the really cool things that you can do with Genius Trainer Pro is that, and actually that's one of the things that I have been talking about the last couple of days, which is that you can take a PLR product, which is basically, in some cases, we're talking about a video course, we're talking about a PDF course, or we're talking about a course where you've got some written content and some audio content. What you can do with a PLR product, as long as you have the rights, is you can actually take that content and you can actually turn it into a product that solves a different kind of problem. So, in other words, let's say that now, right now, I've been talking about in my emails, I've been talking about a particular product that's about email marketing excellence. Now, here's the thing about that. What you can do is you want to try to take that product and you want to solve a problem for somebody who either wants to learn how to build their list or wants to know how to create an autoresponder series to create a list, or somebody who wants to know the basics. But this is what I would do. I would find out what kind of problems specifically, right, that people want to know about in order to solve the problem when it comes to email marketing. I would get that content either written, I would get it created, and if I couldn't do that, I would have someone who has the expertise. I would interview somebody who answers that specific question. The point of my product would be answering the pain that people have. I would then use the email marketing product in order to boost up the product. So in other words, I would really sell that product around the answer to the questions that people have. I would use the email marketing product to boost up and make my product substantial enough in order to sell. And you can do that all inside of Genius Trainer Pro, because what you're doing is you are creating the categories. You are deciding what order they appear in. You are deciding what goes in what chapter. The PLR product becomes the raw material. It becomes what you're using as opposed to the product itself. Now, if the rights in the PLR product say you can't break it up, or if it says you can't use it in any other way other than to use it the way they have it, that's still no problem. You're still going to put it inside of Genius Trainer Pro according to their rules, but you are still going to use that product in the same way that I just talked about. It's going to become the raw material that you're going to use to help people solve a problem. So you use the interview as the answer to the question people are trying to solve. You use the PLR to boost up and bring people from the basics up to your solution, and you put all of that inside of Genius Trainer Pro. The value that you're providing in Genius Trainer Pro is you are doing the organizing. So you need to organize that in a way that's going to help people to get that question answered. And that's the value you put into it. You are doing the organizing and you're thinking about this. Okay, well, what should be chapter 1? What should be step 1? What should be chapter 2? And by organizing that, you are helping people in the way when they come to the product. Okay, so that is the way I would use to, okay, can you hear me? Okay, you can't hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Testing? If you can hear me, if you put the number 1 in the question box, number 1 if you can hear me. Okay, so Helen, you can hear me. Damon, you can hear me. Judy, you can hear me. Okay, good. Okay, so if you lost audio, hit F5 and refresh. F5 and refresh if there are problems. Poltergeist. Okay. All right. So that is how I would use private label rights, and Genius Trainer Pro. So I'm going to kind of talk about that a little bit tonight. Okay, so now let's talk about okay, so any other questions? Okay, yeah, will there be a replay? Yes. Yep, there will be a replay. Yes, there will be a replay. Okay. All right, any other questions? Okay, let's see. F5 and refresh, Brian. Okay. All right, so I'm going to start. Kind of talking through a few things here. If you have any questions about anything, just go ahead and write it right there in the box. I'm going to share my screen here. Okay, yeah, Luke Wright, if you want, there I do have training. You can find additional training on GTP on my YouTube channel at gainmindshare.com/gainmindshare. Right, so if you want to, if there, I did do some additional training on Genius Trainer Pro in that area, right? So you can try to find it there. Okay, let's see. So we're going to talk. Okay, great. That's a great question, Sylvia. We are going to talk about list building tonight, and I'll touch on how to get people to your blog. Okay, that's a great question. So we'll talk about that some tonight. So here's one thing. Let's kind of run through this here. Just some vital stats. I'm going to start placing some of the videos on our fan page. So if you can kind of touch base with me there, if you're a Facebook person, just head on over to the PLR show. I have not been attending to that page. I'm not a big fan of Facebook, so probably what we'll do is if we have enough people and there's enough interest, that's where we'll do the collaboration. So that's our fan page, and then I'll start putting some of the content and videos there. Also, if you are getting my daily newsletter, if you're not getting my daily newsletter and you're coming to this webinar, you can pick that up at the plrshow.com. And then all the replays to all the training is at youtube.com/gainmindshare. So that's all the training on Genius Trainer Pro, the PLR show, my internet marketing call, all the training that I've done. You can find it there on Gain Mindshare. And of course, if you have any questions about anything, you can always contact me in advance, and I'll either try to get a video done or I'll make sure I talk about it in my training. Okay, so that's just the vital stats. So now tonight, what I want to do, we've already talked about your questions. What I'd like to talk about tonight is finding partners in joint ventures. I'll tell you why I want to talk about that. I want to talk about PLR and list building. So Sylvia, that's where you want to kind of tune in. Although you do want to kind of tune in when we talk about finding partners in joint ventures. And then we will also talk about using PLR and making sales. Right, and then also we'll talk about sealing up links in your marketing funnel. So in other words, when you get people who are interested, you want to make sure you capture them some kind of way and you don't lose them. If there's time, I will talk about that tonight. If I run out of time, I'll talk about that in another call, right? Or I'll talk about that later on this week. And let's see, Ludwig, yeah, there is training there on WFP, both inside of Webinar Fusion Pro and on the call on my YouTube channel. We'll talk a little bit about putting yourself out there, and then we'll talk about something I call the product snowball. Again, that's if we have time. That's if we have time. Okay, so now let's kind of get into this here. We talked about your questions, and I do want to talk about, first of all, let me go back here. Are there any other questions? Any other questions? Because Sylvia, I saw your question. I am going to talk about a list building tonight. So that's actually a perfect question. I will be talking about that tonight. Any other questions? Anything else that I can cover? Let's see. Okay, Jenny, if there are known issues with sending traffic with Facebook ads using custom domains and GMP. No, you know what? I don't know the answer to that. But I will check on that. Facebook and sending ad traffic. That's a good question. Okay, I don't know the answer, Jenny. I will find out about that though. So if you email me tonight, I might not get back to you right away. But if you will send me an email, I will look into it. So please do me a favor. Just if you would copy and paste that, send that in an email to me, and then give me about a day and a half. Give me at least a day and a half after you contact me, and then I will get back with you. I'm about a day or a day and a half behind in terms of getting to everybody's email, so that it's no problem. Just know that I'm not ignoring you. But if you send that email to me, I will read it. I'll look into it, and then I will get back with you. Okay, so Erica is asking, are you covering PLR? Oh no, yeah. Now the PLR in terms of the email marketing, those of you who picked up the email marketing deal, now those are actually two separate webinars, right? So for those of you who got the front end of Sajan's email marketing PLR, I'm doing one webinar for those who got the front end, and then I'm also doing another webinar for those who got the back end. And I'm going to be talking about the PLR in both those webinars. So not this one. This is my weekly call. But for those of you who were able to pick up Sajan's package, I'm going to be doing a webinar in both of those, right? And I think that happens. I think they're going to happen both this weekend. I might have one scheduled for Friday, and I'm probably gonna. I might reschedule the one for Friday to Sunday, but one's going to happen Saturday for certain, and I might need to reschedule the one Friday for Sunday. So I'm going to say Saturday and Sunday they will both be on, and if not, they'll both be recorded. So nothing to worry about. They'll be recorded, and I'll have them on the bonus page. If you're still looking to get Sajan's package, you can get it there. I've got the link there, superfastactionbonus.com/Sajan. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? Yeah, Ryan, when I uploaded it, I guess the day of, it's actually there now. When I uploaded the day of, something weird happened, and somebody did email me this morning, and I re-uploaded it, so it should be there now. Sajan, I think it's going to be. I want to say it's going to be there for another week. I think it's there for another week, Helen. Yeah, now here's what I'll say about that Ludwig. It does talk about list building. It's very general. I'm going to tell you how to use that in this call. Right now I'm showing you the technical aspects as part of the bonus. I'm going to talk about that tonight, how I would use that. It does tell you some really good things and some basics that you need to be doing if you're going to build a list. It's going to tell you what things you need to get in place and some things that you need to be doing. I'm going to try to break that down a little bit tonight. Okay, great question. All right, so now one thing I do want to talk to you about is about something that I think, right, will help you immensely. It has nothing to do seemingly with internet marketing, but it has everything to do with internet marketing, because everybody that I've ever talked to that went from kind of struggling to kind of getting to a place where internet marketing started to make sense and you could actually see the money coming. It happened as a result of a collaboration or partnership to a person. Now, I've seen a lot of self-made people in internet marketing, but the people who kind of make jumps. How many of you all have seen people who were kind of running right alongside of you, and then all of a sudden they made a jump? Right? They made a jump. They were sort of in it as long as you were. And then they were doing the same things. They were going to the same webinars you were in. They were in the same groups you were in. And then all of a sudden they made a jump. How many of you all have seen that happen? Well, typically when that happens, it happens because someone typically finds a partner or collaboration and they're able to work together and they're actually able to get something done that they weren't able to get done by themselves. And so typically, I'm going to say that your break, right? Your big break is probably one collaboration or partnership away. And I'm not trying to sell you anything. So don't worry about me I'm not trying to sell you a partnership product. Well, I might do a product or a PLR product in the future on list building and team building. Yeah, I've got that plan, but that's not what I'm trying to talk to you about. I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm trying to kind of get you to kind of get your focus on thinking about and being open to partnering with some of the people who are on this call. Because people who are kind of running with alongside of you, they probably have your missing piece. And so I want you to start thinking about, can I partner with somebody? If you're trying to struggle and you can't really quite figure out exactly everything that there is to do, typically you can partner with somebody who already knows what you don't know, but maybe they don't have what you have and what you can bring to the situation. And when you collaborate, what happens is you actually launch something, right? How many of you all, if right now, you're working by yourself, but you haven't yet launched that product yet? If that's you, I want you to put the number 2 in the question box. If you're right there on the edge, but for some reason you haven't done that launch yet, big or small, I don't really care. I'm not talking about the big launch. I'm talking about you haven't yet done it yet, right? For whatever reason, put the number 2 in the question box. And I want to kind of talk about this because it's kind of important. Because typically you're going to find somebody who needs what you have, right? Sometimes you have a few dollars in your pocket that you can throw at something and they don't have a few dollars. Or you have an ability, you have somebody who does graphics and they don't have that. You have the ability to put together videos and they're not good at videos. You have the ability, you know something about Facebook ads, but they don't. In other words, there is somebody probably on this call, probably in the community that you're running in, that already has your missing piece and you have theirs. And so by being open to partnership means that, yes, you will be sharing the revenue. I understand that. Yes. You will do, sometimes you're going to get in partnerships and you're going to do more work than the other person. I understand that. But how many of you would be willing to take that risk if it meant that you finally got a launch done? If you'd be willing to take that risk. Now, once again, hear me on this, guys. I'm not trying to sell you anything when I ask you this. So no, I'm not setting you up. I want you to be honest and I want you to be real about this. How many of you would be willing to take that risk of, yeah, maybe I'll do most of the work. Yeah, maybe it's going to be a little uneven. Yeah, maybe I won't get, maybe I'll get a little bit of the raw deal, but if you'd be willing to take that risk, if you knew you were going to actually get a launch done, put the number 3 in the question box, because that's what I'm talking about. It's never going to work out perfectly where you're going to find the perfect partner and it's going to split down the middle 50-50 and they're going to be your perfect partner. So it's not going to happen. And so what you got to you got to be willing to say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna just step into this, right? We're gonna work together and we're gonna find a way to launch something. Right now, Okay, I'm going to start telling you where some places where you can find good partnerships, right? I'm going to tell you some places. Now, okay, so here's an event that's going on right now. How many of y'all have heard people talking about the Traffic and Conversions Summit, right? You've seen people talking about this, right? And one of the reasons why people go to Traffic and Conversions is, first of all, yeah, they go to Ryan Deiss's seminar so they can learn something, but they also go to meet other marketers, right? And it's not about taking pictures and putting them on social media. It's more than that. It's about meeting that one partner that could be your missing piece, right? And it's hard to do if you don't get into a conversation where you can see somebody face to face. Now, okay, so this year maybe you missed Traffic Conversions. I did too. I didn't even find out about it until it was too late, and I was on the wait list, and I couldn't get on. I could if I could pay somebody to give me their ticket today, I'd go. Now, here's why I'm going to tell you this. Next year's Traffic and Conversions plan to be there, right? It's going to be in February of next year. When it comes out, start saving your money, right? And so when you start thinking about the fact that, okay, you know what, in February I'm going to have about $900 so I can go to this. If you launch one product, right? If you launch one product with one partner, you'll probably get that money back. And so I want you to start thinking about going to these events because they matter, and you're going to meet other people just like you. Russell Brunson is having an event in San Diego. I don't know if that's something you're going to go to. It's going to be at the end of March. I don't have an affiliate link to give you. I'm just telling you about it. I know that I'm going, right? I'm going, and I know a bunch of other people who are going. And I'm not saying that you need to go in order to meet me. I'm saying that you need to go there so that you can meet other people like yourself, and you can end up collaborating with people so that you can have and find that missing piece. You can Google it. It's out there. Russell Brunson's Funnel Hackers Live. I think it's $697. It's at the end of March in San Diego. Now, you might go there and you might think, man, this is really overwhelming. All the seminars are over my head. Doesn't matter about that. All you need to meet is one person, right? I'll tell you a story here at the end why I think that's important. Okay, Marketing Mayhem, JV Zoo. That's in the middle of March. It's $249. Okay, it's in Florida. Listen. Now you all bought products on JV Zoo, right? The people who you're going to be seeing there, they're all going to be product launchers on JV Zoo. Now, I don't know who you'll meet there, but listen. I went to a conference and 1 year, right? I think I don't know if it's 2011 or which year it was. One conference, right? That one conference paid my mortgage that year because of collaborations I made, right? That year was the year I went to a conference for the first time. And again, I didn't know anybody. And I always say this on webinars because I think it's fair to mention. And I always want to say this. And some of you have heard me say this before. I'm not the party animal. So when you meet me at a conference, I'm not going to be this guy who you feel like you've known all your life. That's not me. So if you think you can't go to a conference and meet somebody who's going to have your missing piece, if I can do it, you can. Right? If I can do it, you can. Okay? So just understand that when you go to these things and try to find a way to get to one of them and meet somebody. Okay, now, on the Warrior Forum, they have meetups, right? Warrior meetups. And so if you go to the Warrior Forum section and you look for Warrior meetups, you can find people there who are looking in your local area to get together with other internet marketers. Go to warriorforum.com and look for Warrior meetups. There are people in your local area who are internet marketers who get together. And so one of the things I want to say to you is that if there isn't a Warrior meetup there in your local area, then look, get in one and start one. Meetup.com. Okay, I started one of my own. And I've only had 1 or 2 meetings, but I'll tell you this. My list grew, right? You talk about list building. I just decided to be the only person in my local area. I just started a meetup. And I did a meetup based on small business marketing. I did a meetup based on home business marketing. And people signed up for this meetup. I haven't done a lot with it because I haven't had time. But guess what? I have 50 people that are signed up, right? Ready to go. Probably over 50 now, probably closer to 60. And so this is something that anybody can do. I think anybody can start a meetup. And if you want to start a meetup, listen, you're going to find somebody who is interested in internet marketing, and you're going to be able to find a collaboration. Your Chamber of Commerce, community organizations. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with this, networking groups. My point about this is, for those of you who have already graduated from college, okay, alumni societies, I've met partnerships there. Alumni societies, your undergraduate alumni society. If those of you who've been to graduate school, your graduate alumni society, all these are places where you can find partnerships to create products that you can launch. LinkedIn, Facebook. Okay, now again, think about all these groups, all these different kind of groups. If there is not one that you can find, start one, right? Start one. Okay, now. Okay, so any questions about list building or about collaboration and about events? Okay, any questions about that? Does anybody have any questions at all? Okay, and I really want you to really consider. I really want you to really consider going into an event soon, right? And you don't have to go to the event that I'm going to be at, because the point of it is not to meet me. The point of going to an event is for you to meet that person that you're willing to work with, so you can see him face to face, so you can get a sense for, you know what, this is somebody that I think I can work with, right? And again, you don't have to have everything on the ball, right? What you have to have is you're going to have something going on. So have a product in hand, have something that you've already created. So if you have a product you've already created, doesn't have to be great, doesn't have to be a work of art. When you go to a conference, have something that you've already done. Have something that's already put together, so that when you say, hey, this is what I do, hey, I've got this product, I just haven't had to get a lot of traction with it. Maybe you've got something that we can put our stuff together, right? So that's all I want to say about that. Now, let's get into PLR and list building. I want to get into PLR and list building. Okay, so I like for you all to just kind of tell me, what niche are you selling in right now? So if you're selling a particular niche, just write in the box what niche you're selling in. Are you working in the make money online niche or the business opportunity niche? Are you working in the weight loss niche? Are you working in the blogging niche? Who do you sell to? So I want you to just write that in the box, because this is kind of important. I want you to understand, and want you to even think about who your market is. When you start thinking about creating a product or even promoting an affiliate product, who are you trying to sell to? So who are those people? Just write it right there in the box. I want you to think about, how would you classify them? How would you define them? Who is it you're trying to sell to? Don't try to sell to everybody, but who is it? Right? Okay, so some folks are trying to sell to the make money online niche. Good. Carolyn says. Who else? Okay, you're selling to local, small, okay, make money online. Okay, good. Okay, so Jenny, are you selling to small business consultants, or are you a small business consultant? Right? So that would be my question. Okay. Okay. Al says, I'm selling to network marketing newbies. Awesome. Okay. Lillian is selling to people who are health conscious. Okay. So Sylvia is selling to weight loss people. Good. Okay. So we define the market, right? You got to know who you're selling to. Okay. So, all right. So Jenny is a social media consultant. And so you are selling to, I guess, small businesses. Is that correct? Okay. So just let me know that. Okay, great. Now, okay, Damon is selling to people who are looking to do personal development. Okay, so Helen is selling to small businesses. Good. Okay, so Damon, I'll define that a little more. So who needs personal development? So for example, and I gave this on another webinar call, and I talked about this, that one of the marketers that I follow, his name is Eben Pagan, and he does personal development for single guys, right? He helps them learn how to talk to women. He learns how to help them to get dates. So that's personal development. So if you were to define what personal development means, do you mean people who are trying to make more money? Are you talking about people who are trying to overcome their emotions? When you say personal development, who are you selling to? Okay, good. Okay, Ludwig. Okay, fitness. Okay, you're selling to people who need to get in shape. That's a lot of people. Okay. All right, good. Now, okay, now here's the hard part, right? Here's the hard part, but you have to do this, right? You have to do this. Most of us hang around online with other internet marketers, right? We hang around with other internet marketers. What you have to do is you have to go and hang out with the people that are having the problems. So where are the people who are talking about their problem in terms of, in Damon's case, making more money? In terms of Ludwig, where are the people who are talking about the problems they're having in weight loss? Where are the small businesses talking about the problems they're having in getting more business? Where are the people who are talking about the problems they're having getting their social media moving, right? Where are those people? And so you've got to go, and you and I too. I'm saying you have to go, but really I mean I have to go, and we have to be, as internet marketers, we have to be at a place where we can hear those people and the stuff they're talking about. And I'm not saying that, you got to spend your life there. I'm saying you got to have your ear to the ground. You have to know what people are saying in terms of the problems they're really having. You got to ask people, you got to figure out, what the real problems are, right? If you're going to sell to network marketing newbies, right? What are network marketing newbies struggling with right now, right? Right now. And you don't have to go with, the classic. All you have to do is understand that niche, right? So now, and here's what I say. I always say this to myself, and I remind myself of this, that you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So let's say you go to a weight loss forum, or you start hanging around on a local small business forum, or you start hanging around in a Facebook group or a LinkedIn group where people are talking about their problems, right? Don't go in there and don't say anything, right? For a while, just listen. Right? Just watch the conversation. Take notes. And this was the hardest thing for me to understand, because I was listening to people who said, hey, you got to go in and establish yourself as an expert. You got to wait for opportunities to talk, not at the beginning. What you have to do is you got to just sit back and just watch people talk. And you got to watch people and watch people and watch people and listen to people and watch people. And that's why I say to myself, Charles, you have 2 ears and 1 mouth. And that says I do. You need to listen twice as much as you need to talk, right? Because at the beginning, you just got to find out what people are struggling with inside of your niche, right? And you also really have to find out. Listen, when people talk about their problems, they use language that marketers don't use. Right? Nobody talks in the way marketers talk to each other. You have to hear the problem in their way of saying it. Because really, when you start talking about copywriting, you have to write your copy not in a way that a marketer speaks. You got to write it in a way that people who are talking about their problems can hear it. So if I were Helen says her market small businesses, maybe local small businesses. So how are small businesses talking about how they're getting business? What are they talking about? What is their concern? Right? I think I just, okay, yeah. Okay, I'm going to take the internet marketing niche, for example, the internet marketing make money online niche. What do I know? I know a couple of things. Number one, people want to know, how do I get traffic fast from paid ads? Right? And that comes from just sitting down and listening and watching people. People want to know, how do I make fast sales from CPA marketing or get fast commissions? People want to know, how do I generate leads or how do I build my list? Right? People want to know, how do I do email marketing? Right? Yes, of course, everybody wants to make more money. Right? But these are the things that people are talking about in internet marketing. These are the things that people want to know. So if I were going to start thinking about creating a product, I would want to start thinking about, well, what can I do around the topic of traffic from paid ads? What can I do around the topic of fast sales from CPA marketing? What can I do around the topic of helping people to build their list? What can I do around the topic of how to do email marketing? Now, here's my question. Right? Here's my question. Inside of your niche, do you have a list like this? Right? If I were to ask you what 4 things people are struggling with so that you understood exactly how they say it, so you understood exactly how they thought about it, could you answer that question inside of the niche you're in? Right now, you could come over in the make money online niche, but I'm saying to you, why do that? You have to understand their pain. Right? If you understand their pain, this is how. Listen, how many of you all felt like, you know what? I don't know where to start. If that's been like your overwhelming problem, right? How many of you all have felt that? If you felt like, I don't know where to start, put the number 4 in the question box. Right? If you've been struggling with, okay, I don't know where to start with this stuff. All this stuff, how do I start making money online? Right? If that's been your number 1 issue, I want you to put the number 4 in the question box. I don't know where to start. Right? I have no idea. Right? Now, okay, so here's the thing. You and I have to understand what problem people are having so that we can solve it with a product or a service. That's how we get paid. That if you want to do that as an affiliate, the vendor pays you a commission. If you want to do that as a product creator, the buyer rewards you by giving you money because you help them solve their problem. And so what you have to be, what I have to be, what we have to be as internet marketers is, we have to be problem solvers, and we're going to either solve it with information or solve it with software. If you understand what I'm saying, please put the number 5 in the question box. Right? If you understand what I'm saying, because that is your place to start. What are the problems that people are having in your niche? Right? When you start to understand the problems that people are having in your niche, you can start thinking about where to start. And so what you need and I need, right? This list, right? This little list of 4 things, right? This list is constantly updated, right? Constantly updated, right? If you were to ask me this next month, I might say 4 different things. But this is what people at internet marketers are talking about right now. Now, so what do you do with your PLR? When you get PLR, right, what you have to do, and I talked about this at the beginning, you're trying to remake that PLR into the answer to the pain, right? It has to become the answer to the pain, right? So how do you make it become the answer to the pain? So you don't just take it now. When people sell it, and it is true, you can take PLR and sell it right out of the box. I understand that, right? I understand that. And if that's the route you want to go, there's nothing wrong with that, right? So don't make me, I don't want you to feel like I'm trying to talk that down. I'm saying you can do better than that, right? You can take that PLR, that product, and add it to something to make a package. Remember how I talked about the fact that you know of a problem that somebody's having, and you're going to help that person by doing an interview with an expert that will help them to solve that problem. I don't care what the niche is. Now, the question then becomes, how do I make that a full product? I make that a full product by adding PLR. How do I make my PLR unique? I add to that package with something that helps people solve the problem. If you understand what I'm saying, please put the number 6. So yes, buy the PLR because it's raw material, but you need to make it into something that helps people in your way to solve their problem, right? If you understand that, please put the number 6 in the question box. That's what PLR is for, in my opinion, right? And again, I have nothing against those of you who just want to get it and sell it. I have nothing against that way of doing business, right? If you can take a PLR product right out the box and sell it, that's cool. But you can be even cooler than that if you know how to add value to it. Now, when you start talking about adding a bonus to a PLR package, what should you add to it? Somebody tell me that if you took a PLR package, let's say it's on email marketing, what kind of bonus would you put in there? Anybody say? So based on what you know about internet marketers, what kind of bonus could you put in there? And here's how I want you to answer the question. Don't answer the question, I'm going to put another master resale rights product in there. It might be cool, but I want you, right, to think about, what can I add that's really going to give that somebody the thing that they think their problem is, right? What can I give somebody that's going to help them to solve their perceived problem? Something complimentary, Kurt. Exactly. But what? I want you to think deeper. What can you give them that will be complimentary, that will help them to solve their problem? That is true. Something complimentary is right. I agree with you. Now, what is that something? What can you give them? See, this is how you make your PLR unique, right? This is how you do it. You and I have to answer this question. Okay, good. Erica says pre-written emails. Excellent. Right? So in other words, I'm going to do some of the work for you. Okay, Helen says a set of videos to help them implement the info easier. Excellent. That's what I'm talking about. So when you say, and part of this is going to be, you can use the copy that you're given in the PLR product, but your whole angle is going to be, you're going to sell them a product that's going to help them overcome technical barriers to get started fast. Okay, Gerald, good. Gerald, you can give them landing pages. You can go to a designer, right, and have some landing pages and give those away as a bonus, or you can get PLR landing pages. Excellent. Okay, additional resources. I agree with you, Brent. What kind of resources? I want you to be more specific. What kind of resources can you give me that will help me in an email product to solve a problem? I want you to think about that a little deeper. What resource can you give me, okay, as your customer? Okay, now you can actually, right, okay, good. All right, so now, okay, now again, this is not the only idea. I'm just giving you this one idea as an example, right? Because we talked about this on this call. Do interviews with experts, right, to add to the package and use them to give real value. So what do I mean by that? Okay, how many of you all have seen? Now, I'm actually a paid subscriber of this site, right? So if you want to know how to do interviews, I'm going to suggest you go to mixerg.com, and he gives away interviews, right? That you can see him do 6 of them. Now, again, I'm not giving you an affiliate link here. Mixerg.com. Guy's name is Andrew Warner. He's been doing interviews online since 2006. And so if you want to know how to do an interview, what kind of guests can I have? How can I get an interview that's going to help people solve their problem? I want you to go to mixerg.com and just watch 1 or 2 of them, right? That's how you do an interview. And once you understand how to do an interview, then all you got to do is get your person that's the expert that's going to help your audience, that's going to help your customers. And that's what you're going to add as a bonus. Now, okay, there's a site called helpareporter.com. Okay, you can find people to interview on that site. There's a site called contactanycelebrity.com. Okay, now in some cases, a celebrity might not, a celebrity might be harder to get, but they can be had. And you're going to have this person as your interviewer. Contactanycelebrity.com. Profnet.com. Right? You can find people on these sites that will actually be able to help you to be able to do interviews. That will be a super cool bonus for really for a product that it, for the most part, could be like everybody else's. But yours is always going to be different because, number one, you're going to be aiming yours to help people solve their problem. Number two, you're going to be able to get people and interviewees that are really going to be the kind of people that will sell your product. Right? And don't overlook this, right? Don't overlook this. Every city I know, listen, and even if little bitty Harrisburg has them, right? If Harrisburg has these business publications, I know you have one in your town. Okay, so all cities have these publications, right? Here's one. Central Penn Business Journal. Nothing but people in here, right? If I wanted to find an expert, right here in my local area, right? And you probably have a paper that's like this in your local area, right? There are these things do exist. Harrisburg has them. So if Harrisburg has them, I'm almost 90% sure your city has them. Here's one, right? Harrisburg Magazine. Okay, nothing but people in here, right? For you to have, for you to do an interview with, and typically those people are looking for what? They're looking for publicity, right? They're looking to get their name out there. Now, I'm gonna go back to my presentation here. Let's see. Let me see what time it is now. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's about 9:55. It's about 9:55. Okay, so here's what we'll do, guys. Here's what we'll do. It's about 9:55. I like to keep you about 45 minutes. And let's finish the second half of this because I want to talk about Webinar Fusion Pro. I want to talk about Genius Trainer Pro. I want to talk about Genius Marketing Pro. And so I want to talk about how you execute these strategies with those 3 pieces of software. So let's do that on Thursday, right? I'm trying to have 1 call a week. I'm trying to just get it down to 1 call a week. But let's do that piece on Thursday at 9:00 p.m. So if you're on my daily newsletter, I'm gonna put, if you're not on the daily newsletter, I'm gonna put that in here. It's the plrshow.com, and you can sign up there, right? And then I will do this on Thursday, and we'll come back and we'll talk about how to implement these in these 3 sections. I did Webinar Fusion Pro, Genius Trainer Pro, and so yeah, we'll do all 3. We'll do Genius Trainer Pro, Webinar Fusion Pro. We'll also do Genius Marketing Pro. Okay, so for those of you who need to get the Genius Suite, you can still pick that up. All three of those links are there. Genius Trainer Pro is Genius Marketing, is Genius Training. Genius Marketing Pro is Genius, and Webinar Fusion Pro is Fusion. Just send it to my support email, Jenny, and just know that my daughter might answer that email first, and sometimes it might route through her, and again, just so you'll know. So if I don't get back to you a day and a half or so, maybe two, and I'm not ignoring you, it just takes that long. I have a lot of emails that I try to answer, and sometimes it'll get routed through my support person, who is my daughter. So okay, so that's out the way. Genius Suite, you can still get any of those packages there. If you're looking to get Sajan's package, okay, it's at superfastactionbonus.com/Sajan. Okay, like I said, I think that's going to be available for another week. I'm not sure about that. I will state exactly how long it's going to be available in my email tomorrow. And let me see. I think that's it. Okay, so Vital Stats again. Our fan page, head on over there at facebook.com/PLR show. We'll start to put something together for you all to collaborate. Newsletter, the PLRshow.com. And if you're looking to get any replays of any of the training I've done on Genius Trainer Pro, Genius Marketing Pro, the PLR Show, Internet Marketing, any of the training I've done is on that YouTube channel at youtube.com/Game Mindshare. Okay, and I think that is it. Okay, so once again, you can pick up Sajan's package at superfastactionbonus.com/Sajan, and that is about it. So if there are no more questions, I think we are about at 1 hour, right? Looking at my phone here, we are exactly at 1 hour. So are there any questions? Any final questions before we go? Any questions? Okay, everybody. Well, we will pick this up again and we'll finish part 2 at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursday, right? On Thursday. All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much for being here. Have a great night and a pleasant tomorrow. Take care.